What's up? It's Jason Hook from Five Finger Death Punch, and you're watching FRET12.com. I came in right after the first record, at the top of the Wars the Answer sessions. They had another guitar player, this Daryl person, and I was out touring with Alice Cooper. I've been friends with Jeremy for 18 years. Jeremy's our drummer. So we'd been communicating back and forth, and he was telling me, I was out on tour and they were out on tour, and he was telling me, after this tour, we're pulling the plug on this guy, and are you into it? And you know, I was, of course, you know, 100%. You know, that was a long time ago. There was, you know, they just had the first record, and you know, it was building, but it was still at a very, you know, beginner level, right? But I always thought that if I could add myself to the group, that I thought that I could be an asset. And so the next thing on the agenda was that I got into the band, and we did a little tour of Europe, but nothing major, a couple of weeks. And then we came home and started working on the Wars the Answer record. You know, I learned a lot from Alice. He's a great guy. Certainly, it was a hard show to play. There's no stops in that show. Like, once it starts, it's off and running. An hour 40 of music, yeah, non-stop. And it was just a lot to sort of retain it all, coming in as the new guy, having to learn all that, you know. But it was a good experience, you know. Alice is a great guy. You know, I still bump into him here and there. We saw him at the Golden God Awards. Probably the latest one. It's coming out on Tuesday. Probably just, you know, it's edgier. And it's fresh for us. I mean, you know, every band's like, oh, I like the new one the best. It's fresh, you know. Every song, every album has moments on it that I think are my favorite of that record. But I'm looking forward to having a new record out.
Is there anything you got to do on this album that is, like you said, it's edgier? Is there a new style you took, a turn you took?
I think we just needed to keep things edgy, just to make sure that we're firmly planted in the community. You know, we like it. You know, see, like, you write all these songs, and then the ones that you listen back to, the ones that are heavy and nasty, are the fun ones. So you go, you know what? We just need a couple more of those. I built a studio in my house, so I got to use that for the first time, which was pretty cool. Gibson Explorers, baby.
All Gibson Explorer all the time?
I play a 7-string that's an Ibanez, but Gibson and I are working on a 7-string right now. Yeah. Well, I would like to point out that I am now playing the Jason Hook signature M4 Sherman Explorer. This is where you cut to a really cool picture of it and make the Gibson people happy. Yeah, it's a lean, mean fighting machine. It's got super jumbo frets on it. It's a unique body shape to my design. It's got a bunch of cutouts and stuff, so you can get all up to the 5 frets. I'm a die-hard Marshall guy. I got a couple heads I'm using on tour. Outside of that, I keep it very simple. You know, like, I just like a really hot, good, chunky rhythm tone. And I use a couple effects in there, some TC Electronics, G major 2. What else do I got? T major. That's pretty much it. I kind of use everything within the one box. Just a couple subtle effects here and there, nothing big. Chorus here, delay here. The only company I've ever been happy with is the Dunlop Manufacturing. I love you, Jimmy. I'm pretty consistent. I have a JCM 800 that stays on one setting that lives in my studio. And it's basically my guitar goes through a Boss Super Overdrive, which has everything on about 12 o'clock, and right into the head, into a Marshall cabinet with vintage 30s. That's really the only thing I've ever played through. Kevdy Wevdy. Kevin's awesome, you know, what can I say? He's an extremely talented guy. I'm sure we frustrate the shit out of him. we run him through the fucking, we run him through the coals, or rake him over the coals. I don't know what the saying is, but it's like, man, he's a very patient and very talented guy, and he's just good at contributing to the whole pie. You know, like he can play a little of this, play a little of that, play, you know, write some of this, sing the backgrounds. You know, it does a bunch of everything. He's just a very good all-around utility producer. You know, not to mention he's got mad chops with the Pro Tools and has won numerous engineering awards for mixing and whatnot. We're very lucky to be working with him. He only lives about 3 minutes from my house, so you know, that's convenient certainly. But I don't know, we beat him up so bad on the last one, I'm not sure if he'll come back. Sorry, Kev. Well, I grew up in Canada. I'm Canadian, eh? And my first exposure to, you know, rock was Kiss. Everything Kiss. I just OD'd on Kiss, and thought Ace Frehley was, you know, my god. But when the 70s kind of went away, 80s came along, it was kind of more like Eddie Van Halen, you know? Loved Eddie Van Halen. Still do. And that was kind of it, you know. I never really got into some of the heavy technical guys, like Vi or anything like that. I like my guitar players that have more alcoholism. Everybody has their own setup at home, so I'm always sketching with drum machines or loops or something, just to get ideas flowing, you know. And that usually I like to write with Jeremy, because we have both of us have an electronic kit at our houses, so we'll go over there and jam at a reasonable volume and document all that stuff to tempo, and then it can be kind of rearranged in the computer. You just, whatever it takes, just got to keep trying to create. But that's kind of how we do. We start with music. Always start with tracks. And the good ones go off to Ivan. We never really sit together. I don't know if that's good or bad, but Ivan likes to work at night. He gets up at frickin' 6 p.m. And so he's writing like between midnight and 7 a.m. That's when he does all his work. So it's virtually impossible for us to sit together.
Does that carry through to the studio then too? Do you just see him on shifts?
See him on shifts. I'm a morning guy, so you know, when I had to go down and track my guitars, I would go down there and start. Well, I mean, early at studio time is like 10 o'clock start. You know, I would work from 10 to about 4, and then I'd bail. Kevin would have a couple hours to clean stuff up or prepare, and then I would come in, and he would work with Ivan till like 3 in the morning. So. And we did 2 records this time. So we did like 25 songs or whatever it was over 8 months, 9 months. So yeah, we're pretty good on recording for a while.
And so that's what you meant by beating up Kevin Shortco, I imagine?
No, what I meant was that he fucking probably hates our guts. We whine and complain, and that's, yeah, well, you know how it is. It's a very emotional thing when you make a record, because everybody is trying to get off on it, and if it's not working, you want to blame somebody, you know? And instead of blaming each other, we all vomit on Kevin, and it's Kevin's job to distribute the vomit. And so I think he's good. I think he's pretty good with us now. I mean, as far as like, I'm good on that. I'm good on 5-finger deathmatch. I had a Sears Les Paul. I think back then it was probably like 49 bucks. And it came with an amp. So you know it was good.
Have you found another one of those since then? Do you own it still?
You know what? My buddy in Canada has it. Wow. My buddy in Canada has it. And he's sending me, when I moved to the States, I had to sort of put all my equipment somewhere. And so my dear friend Jeff took all my guitars and kept them all sealed up and stuff. So he has it. And he sent me a picture of it recently. He's like, remember this? And it's like, oh my God, I painted it so many times. It was like sunburst, and then I painted it black. I mean the worst paint job you can imagine, right? And then it was white, and that poor guitar, but I still have it. It was my very first one. We brought our motorcycles out. We have a trailer that I have 4 bikes. Of course, I'm the hoarder of the band, so I brought 2 bikes. I brought a dirt bike and a street bike. And the fact that the thing starts at noon, we can sort of boogie around on our bikes all day, I think that's a really cool element. You don't get that on a normal headline tour where you're playing at night, you know, and inside. I have a Harley Davidson Night Train, 2000, it's custom, all decked out, fucking wicked. I have a Kawasaki Vulcan. I have Kawasaki KX250 4-stroke fuel injected back in home. That's a beast. And then out on this tour, I bring the Polite 140 KXL. KXL? Yeah, 140. I think it's the KLX 140. That's right. It's just a little, you know, it's a medium-sized dirt bike, so I don't fucking kill myself, you know. Just to watch you fly.